Let me know when you're ready.
We're good.
You're good? All right, guys, whenever you're ready.
All right, hi, my name is Bryce Kleski.
My name is Blake Davis.
My name is Matthew Bischoff,
I'm Weston Stern. And I'm Sam Kuda.
and we are Applied Apparel.
So a few months ago, I was talking to my mom, who owns a small business, and she was telling me about how she really wanted to make some custom shirts using website custominc.com. And I was like, sure, I can help you with that because I'm kind of techie. And we had made some really cool shirts for her, and she only wanted 5. And we hit checkout, and the total was $200. And she's like, there's no way that's happening. I went to a couple different websites, and they all seem to have a really expensive price for a low amount of shirts. So I ended up calling Bryce because I felt like he's the guy that would know where to go.
Yeah, so I looked around, I couldn't find anything that Blake couldn't find in the beginning. So I actually mentioned the problem to my dad, who's in the toner business, and he mentioned to me that there's a company called IMEX out of Japan who created a brand new type of toner that embeds toner directly into a t-shirt. And I mentioned this to the group. They thought it'd be a great idea to maybe get in contact with them. So we set up a meeting, and they loved our idea to make a quicker and more affordable custom t-shirt. And they actually sent us 2 sets of free toner to test out the product. And so we took that as an opportunity to actually test that out and send it to our friends and try and sell a few t-shirts to our friends. And after we did that, we knew we had a chance to make an actual business.
Alright, so the process is simple. The customer sends us any non-trademarked image through email or Instagram, and we take that image and print it onto a regular piece of paper, and then using the toner that we've acquired from IMEX. And once it's printed out, we then fit it onto a polyester t-shirt and then put it into the heat press for 45 seconds. And then after the 45 seconds, the t-shirt is done and ready to be worn, and since the toner is actually being embedded into the t-shirt, there's no fading after it cycles through the washing machine.
So these are pictures of a few shirts that we've done so far. The one on the left is actually a picture for an individual who wanted a shirt for their friend's birthday. They posted some pictures of this shirt on their Instagram, and the comment section was full of people asking where they got the shirt. Other people wanted them. So we did get great success in that shirt. And then the one on the right was actually an order of 30 that we did for the basketball team here at VHS. It was originally just intended for them to wear warming up for games, but now they're wearing them to school on game days, so we're found success in that as well. So we actually have just an example if you guys want to pass this around that just shows the quality and the color on the shirt. So the persona that we are planning on targeting is actually just going to be anyone really involved in groups, typically teens between the ages of 13 to 18. This is just because it is a custom shirt, so it's fully customizable. We can have sort of a broad persona spectrum, but us being high school students, we know that most high schoolers do have a low disposable income, which is another reason why we chose to target them, just because our shirts are less expensive. We also wanted to start with local, because then we can make it faster, and that's what we're all about.
So the total addressable market for our product is 1.51 million people, and that's just the number of people that we believe would be interested and show any interest in our product. And we got that number through first on the IllinoisReportCard.com. We found that there's 2.28 million students in Illinois, and then also from the U.S. Census Bureau, we found that 74% of the Illinois population lives in the Chicagoland area. And so multiplying those together, we got to our number of 1.51 million people. Now for the serviceable addressable market, it's 150,000 people. And we got this number by multiplying our total addressable market by 10%. And the reason we did this is because we sent out a survey and got 40 answers on it from students at Barrington High School, showing that about 10% of those students would actually be interested in purchasing the product. And then we don't actually have any real direct competitors due to the fact that we are creating the shirts with a brand new process, so there's no one else doing it like we are. However, there's a lot of indirect competitors to what we do, the biggest of which being Custom Ink and Vistaprint. Those are the 2 that really lead the t-shirt industry for custom shirts. And then a more local competitor of ours is 1 Hour Tees, which is a Chicago company who their motto obviously is 1 Hour Tees, where they can create a custom t-shirt at the fastest and try and get it to you within an hour. And then the way we're marketing so far is we've tried to do it through Facebook and Instagram because since we're marketing towards teens, that's actually the best way to do it. A study on the Washington Post said that teens 13 to 18 actually spend about 9 hours on media platforms every day. And so from that information, we knew that Facebook and Instagram would be our two best ways to market our product. And then as well as Facebook and Instagram, we're going to the Barrington Chamber of Commerce Family Fair on April 8th. And the idea there is since there's going to be about 60 businesses and lots of families walking around, we're actually going to bring our printer and the press and everything and try and create t-shirts for the people while they're walking around the convention.
So we've conducted around 40 customer interviews to determine that the price point that people will be most willing to pay is around $15. And we're using a value-based pricing system because our company has a perceived value over our competitors. And for us, 1 unit is 1 shirt, and a unit costs us around $4.55 to create. $3.50 is the average price for a white polyester shirt like this, and we spend $1.05 on toner for every single sheet of paper. And we decided to start our financial model year 1 in January, and since then we've sold 53 units for a revenue of $515. And we've been selling all these through direct channels, so we've been contacting people, asking them if they want a shirt, or people have been approaching us saying, hey, I really love this on a shirt, I heard about your business.
So the big thing that we're testing for our MVP is demand, and as a part of demand, we want to see who wants our product, how are these people going to get our product, and what price will they pay for our product. And we believe in order to answer these 3 questions, we need to set up 2 different tests. The first test is going to be a channels test. On March 2nd, 9th, and 16th, we will set up a booth in the lunchroom during lunch hours to sell t-shirts to both students and clubs. In addition to this, starting March 1st, we will be selling t-shirts online on our website. And from this test, we believe we will be able to see who our main customer segment is, as well as their preferred methods of buying our product. The second test is going to be a price test. So on March 1st, for 2 weeks, we will have our 1 unit be $15 to a customer. And after these 2 weeks, we will sit down as a team and evaluate demand and sales at $15 and either lower the price or keep it the same based on how we think things are going.
All right, to measure the success of the channels test, we're going to see how many sales we have on the website versus how many sales we have in the booth. Whichever one does the best amount of sales, we're going to be the one we're going to target towards. And then for the pricing test, we're going to see at what price $10, $12, or $15 does the most amount of revenue during the course of the test, and then that will be the price point we'll be using in the future.
So from our investors, we'll be asking for $550. From this, $100 will be go towards Instagram and Facebook advertisements. $70 will be to create a website using GoDaddy. And we will also be asking for 45 white men's shirts and 45 white women's shirts for a total of $330. On top of this, we'll be using our revenue that we've generated already to buy some other shirts and more toner in the future.
All right, so we are Applied Apparel, and we'd love to apply our apparel to your lives. Thank you.
This is one of the best MVPs that we've ever seen, probably.
Yeah, I was going
I
to
mean,
say.
you've already done an MVP, and to have 500 some odd dollars worth of revenue and at the halfway point of the year is really good. I think what it speaks mostly of is initiative, where you've just said, hey, I'm going to get ahead of the curve here. Obviously, the deliverables for what you've had to present from class hasn't been to have already bought, tested, and launched the product. So really good to see that you guys have that you're big on initiative. There's some, I'm getting into a little bit of just detailed feedback here. When you did your address your market size, I'm not sure why you're thinking about Illinois as your market.
Well, right now, we just don't want to look at a shipping cost that much, and the closer it is, the less the shipping cost is gonna be. So since it's the Chicagoland area and it's not that big of an area to work with, it's more of something that like, we're looking at people that are closer to here to start.
Yeah, but you really can't control that when you do Facebook and Instagram. If you actually want, you can't just say, gosh, I only want you to sign up if you're a local, where I have.
Well, on Instagram, you can actually, when you're trying to pay for an ad, you can select the certain area that it's gonna be marketing to.
But I think I really agree with Michael. I have the same note. When you're doing your basic market sizing, you have to address the whole market. Your plan and how you do it is a different topic. So I think you need to look at even just the US, not just Illinois, and what's the total addressable market. I think, because if an investor is looking at it, I want to know what the potential is as well as what your short-term plan is. I think it's smart to look at Illinois or locals first, but it's not your total addressable market, or it sort of defeats the point of having a total addressable market and serviceable market. So that was my one nit too on it. But you guys did a great job on the marketing. And I agree with Michael, your MVP, I love that you're testing out channels and price points. In your costing, when you get to it, because you're going to have to pay, if you're doing online, you're going to have to pay sales tax, and you're also going to have shipping costs. And I don't know if you've looked into shipping things, but that with your margin so narrow, if you will, because you might want to relook and see what your profitability is by channel as well. So it's more than price point, it's net profit. And because if you're selling it direct for say 20, I forget what the price was, 15 say, you're going to have to account for sales on, to your sales is going to come out of that unless you charge sales on top of it, then the accounting and that type of stuff. But I think it's a fantastic idea.
And with the first MVP test, the booth concept, are you just testing, hey, if we put a pop-up kiosk, and this it happens to be at school, but and I guess you can do it at the expo, Barrington Expo, if we have this ability to produce a t-shirt on the spot in a kiosk type environment, that's the channel you're really testing. It just happens to be the school. It could be a sporting event. It could be a shopping mall later. It could be anywhere, right?
Yeah.
And so you're trying to test out this point of sale, like instant feedback. I'll make a shirt for you on the spot. And the other is you're separating a whole new market segment of, hey, I want to order 5 t-shirts like your mom did or was looking for.
The differentiation, so between your indirect competitors, so I don't know if the technology differentiation is enough for a consumer or a teenager to really care about. Do they care about the technology? So I think one of the values that you bring is that it's your own personal picture. It's it's very personalized and it's an instant gratification with your own customized content. That's that doesn't come across to me in your name. You might add a tagline that talks to your pictures right instantly or something.
Your t-shirt now.
Yeah, something that talks to that, because I don't think the technology, the fact that it doesn't fade is good, but if your tagline was no fade t-shirts, I don't think that's as cool. That won't sell as much. So that's just one other little thing in terms of marketing.
And I would go away from even a descriptive brand. Like, why is Johnny O killing it? It's like a golf shirt. It's not any different than anything. But there's a brand and a feel about Johnny O. And that would be the cool part about this. You've nailed kind of the functionality. How do I produce something quickly that's customizable with kind of a neat application? But you got to get it to a brand that has an emotional attachment to it. Like Johnny O is laid back, cool,
You should put your applied logo really small on every image.
Yeah, that was the idea.
You
that
know,
we had
kind of, or
originally.
somewhere so that
Just put it
it's
like down here or
recognized.
something.
And I would change the name. I mean, it looks good,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have a cachet to it.
It's a technical, it sounds
It's
like,
tech-
a-
it's not-
it's
yeah.
an industrial name, it's not a, although I like the name a lot better than what you had before, I think.
We've actually gone through a couple, just
Yeah,
because
so-
there's already trademarked, so this is
We've
our
had
fourth name,
turbo
actually.
T's and 1, 2, 3 T's.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a
Yes.
team that we had in the past here that was Harbor shirts, Harbor shorts. They're making shorts.
Yeah.
That guy, he gets branding. I forget his name, Tom?
Tom,
Yeah, so you might want to talk to him just about fashion and brand. And you forget about functionality here and the ease of making it and the distribution. I'd like you to think about creating a little bit of a brand.
did you say you already applied for a trademark on this?
Yeah.
Okay, so they may not want to do that.
Well, trademark on the application, right?
It's on the
Well, we
process.
have, we're an LLC already, and so now we're applying for the trademark.
Okay.
And it's the use of this technology.
Yes.
Because the one thing I was gonna say is, I've seen quick t-shirts before, you guys have too, and it's quick and you wear it once and you're out. These look like, hey, you're starting with a good shirt, which is important, but the application of it doesn't have, you know, the stiffness of some of those vinyl or whatever.
That's true.
The rubberized stuff that's, you sweat like crazy and it's uncomfortable and
No sweat t-shirt.
No, it's like,
no sweat.
most of those, it's like a sticker on the front of the shirt.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, the idea is that once you print it off of a regular piece of paper, and when you apply heat, the toner is like the ink, and it basically melts from the piece of paper and gets embedded in the shirt. So it's part of the shirt.
yeah. And you said you were, of the revenue you generate already, you're gonna be investing some of that
Correct.
along with,
Yes.
so now you're asking from us.
Yeah,
I just
with the
wanted
90 shirts, we're gonna buy more shirts with that.
to- Bravo.
Nick?
I think from a channel standpoint, have you ever gone to Disney World? If there's like a family reunion channel of these shirts, I think that would be a good channel. And then also if there's teams, like high school teams where you don't have where you don't have trademark issues, like if a football team's going to state or something like that, if there's, you know, you can quickly work within that week window of time to market to, you know, that particular school, and, you know, I think it's easy to, you know, channel that in.
Have the channels you.
I think $15 for an impulsive t-shirt that's like this compared to some of the ones that I've
Yeah.
been forced to wear.
It's kind of an event-based piece of apparel. That would be
That's cool.
interesting.
Which-
You know, it's all around an event, like your wedding party gets a t-shirt, or everybody that goes to your, like, family reunion, that's great.
That fits the low quantity in a hurry kind of thing that you guys were.
One last question, what's your business relationship with the technology?
Okay, so basically, my dad is in the toner business, like I said, and he has connections to IMAX in the past, so he actually knew that they had this new type of technology, and ever since we got in contact with them, it's kind of it's a back and forth, like we have a good relationship with them, they're helping us out with the process of actually the timing and the heat and everything.
But
for
are they
creating them.
intending to license it to you in the future?
Yes.
So you don't know what those costs are, what's it, okay.
And they don't use it for t-shirts now, though.
No,
It's
they
just-
don't. They're a company out of Japan, so they're just trying to get the technology into the US through us.
Yeah.
I-
Sorry.
Are they,
Yeah, you need an answer on, how much time do we have left in class?
less than a minute.
Okay.
I say
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, we'll give up money for sure.
Yeah.
You guys can pay us back too, because you're gonna sell a bunch of shirts.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We like getting paid back, that's our team.
Yeah.
We're not even asking for a profit, really good job, guys.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, guys, for the two groups tomorrow,